I'm tapping in, I'm tapping in, I'm tapping in, I'm tapping in. Thank y'all for tapping in to Yo Cuz podcast, man. Y'all know who it is, man. It's Cuz, man. What's up, man? How y'all doing, man? Thank y'all for pulling up to that Yo Cuz podcast. Y'all already know, man. I just want to give out a big shout out to my team. You know what I'm saying? My team been coming through the turnpike. You hear me? For real. Shout out to my team, man. We lit. We got a big week ahead of us, man. We got a real big week ahead of us, man. But guess what? We gonna do it because God already told us that we gonna do it. So we gonna stay lit, man. Thank y'all for tapping in the Yo Cuz podcast. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, and drop a comment after this episode right here, man. We lit. So look, PSA, you already know, man. Today Monday, man. It's all about what the Cartel's doing. The Cartels is putting hits on the icing. Yeah, the Cartels is putting hits on icing, family, and everything. You know, icing is the people that's going around locking all the immigrants up, locking them up, locking them up. They in Charlotte right now. They in Memphis. They in DC. They in Chicago. They in Portland. Man, they everywhere locking everybody up. You got the troops coming and you got ICE coming, man. When I mean they ain't playing no games, man, they going to war right now, man. When I mean they going to war, man, they going to war, bruh. For real, bruh. Trump better stop that, man. For real. Because this serious right here, what I'm about to show y'all, is so serious, man, that y'all gonna be like, man, that's crazy. Listen, the Cartels is putting hits on icing. They got their information where they family live at and everything, man. This is what I'm saying. It's not a game. The Cartel is not playing with icing, man. So look, roll them J's up, pull that drink, and we lit on that Yo Cuz podcast show. Pay attention. If you blink, you might miss something.
Will pay off the debt with money over a period of 8 to 13 years. Some will pay off the debt by smuggling other illegal aliens or drugs into the United States. Some will move illegal aliens and drugs from one area of the interior to another. Others will be placed into forced prostitution or will be called upon to provide material support in the unloading or moving of drugs and in the areas in which they reside. If you think these indentured people can just decide not to cooperate once they are here, that is not the case. The cartels have a vast intelligence network and keep records of the people they smuggle, to include family member information. I've had illegal aliens involved in criminal activity tell me that they had no choice.
Listen, man. This is no lie, man. The Spanish people is so deep, they like roaches, Mo. You hear me? They like roaches, Mo. That's how deep they is, right? So icing is taking all the immigrants away in every state, in every city, right? So the cartel's like, hold up, bro. Y'all fucking up my movement. You hear me? Because they really locking these people up, though, dog. They locking them up and they, listen, this is what they doing. I'm going to let y'all hear the rest of it, but let me just throw a little bit out there for y'all. They locking them up, letting them go, and then locking them back up. Man, pay attention. This shit lit, dog, for real.
But to commit criminal acts in order to prevent their family members from being placed into bondage and doing unspeakable acts in their home countries. The Mexican government allows cartels to conduct limited smuggling and trafficking activities in exchange for a monthly fee, with any activity above and beyond requiring additional payments to government officials as a tax on excess illicit commerce. Many families were not reporting their missing loved ones to the authorities out of fear of retribution from the cartel and the Mexican mafia.
Y'all see that? Yeah.
Is private student loan debt wrecking your life? You really need to talk to Why Refi. Why Refi?
Sheriff Boyd, why don't we start with you? And if you take about 5 minutes or so to make an opening statement, and then I'm sure we'll have some questions for you and the rest of the witnesses.
Make sure y'all pay attention. Make sure y'all pay attention. Because this is about to tell everything what the cartel is doing with icing right now. Dog. Pay attention.
Thank you, Senator, to the Honorable Chair and members of the Senate Committee on the Judiciary. My name is Roy Boyd. I'm the Sheriff of Goliad County, which is rural South Texas County, about halfway between Laredo and Houston, as the Senator said. I'm here to discuss the current situation with regards to law enforcement and the enforcement of the laws, and more specifically, the implementation of the 287G task force model, and the need to expand the program and change our model of conducting law enforcement operations across the United States of America. Here's why these efforts are important to the future of our nation and the safety of our citizens. While illegal immigration has been a historical issue along the U.S.-Mexico border, this changed more than a decade ago when the cartels seized control of the border regions of Mexico and changed their business model to include smuggling of people. When this happened, the cartels began controlling who came across the border and began torturing and killing anyone who attempted to violate their control by crossing into the U.S. without paying the cartels. This control gave rise to a new way for the cartels to conduct business throughout the United States and beyond. In Mexico, the federal government leases territories to criminal organizations in what they refer to as the plaza system. The Mexican government allows cartels to conduct limited smuggling and trafficking activities in exchange for a monthly fee, with any activity above and beyond requiring.
So, is y'all paying attention? Did y'all just hear what the man just said? This is stamp. So basically, the cartels is paying people to bust moves, right? The police, the border people, everybody, right? So ICE is crushing all that. That's why they putting hits on ICE, because ICE is coming over there doing their job. You get what I'm coming from? So now they like, hold up, bruh. Y'all shutting everything down. Is y'all crazy? Like everything is getting shut down because of y'all. So now guess what? They like, man, we gotta get y'all out of there. We gotta go to your family houses and everything, because guess what? They pay people to run that fucking drug shit, bruh. For real. The shit that Trump doing, Trump know what he doing. That's why he doing it. You hear me? Trump fucking up people's whole situations right now. It's not a game. He done shut, listen, this man done shut LA tractor trailers down, bruh. It was 17 K, bruh, of immigrants driving them tractor trailers and don't even know how to drive, talk, or none of that, because they'll work for the low. But the whole time they was bringing that work over, you hear me? And that man shut that shit down. That man ain't playing. But the cartels ain't playing either, man. Hit that J, man. Hit that drink, man. We lit. We lit.
Additional payments to government officials as a tax on excess illicit commerce. The cartels have replicated this Mexican government's program in the with geographic control throughout the United States. I've witnessed this firsthand when I was the chief deputy for Victoria County Sheriff's Office, which is next door to Goliad. The Gulf Cartel took control of the cocaine trade in Victoria and surrounding counties. They then leased the sole distribution rights for the dealing of pure cocaine to the Houston chapter of the Mexican Mafia. The Gulf Cartel then sent out people onto the streets to tell the other dealers that unless they were authorized distributors of pure cocaine, they would have to cut their product by at least 50% with inert material. After operations were underway, the cartel sent people back out on the streets to purchase cocaine from non-authorized distributors for the purpose of testing the product for purity. If the cocaine was without inert product, the dealer was given a warning about violating the cartel's control of the product within the plaza. During this time, we began to receive word from local cocaine dealers that local cocaine dealers were disappearing.
Listen, y'all. Y'all better pay attention to this shit. Y'all nigga that's still in that game, y'all better get out that game. That is not the way. That is not the wave. Take that money and invest that money into something, man. Listen to what I'm saying, man. Get out the game. Right now, they're going to try to shut every organization down, bro. If that shit ain't run the correct way, they're going to come and shut it down, bro. Listen to what I'm saying, bro. They is not playing, bro, in any state. Chat, listen to what I'm saying. They're going to shut that shit down, bro. It's not a game. If you run in the house with that work at, they running right behind you. It's not a game. Don't play with these folks right now. Take that money and invest that money into something and take your time, man. Don't you rush, man. Take your time. Don't you rush. We lit. Let's go.
Many families were not reporting their missing loved ones to the authorities out of fear of retribution from the cartel and the Mexican mafia. In total, our contacts on the streets advised that at least 10 drug dealers had refused to dilute their product and had been disappeared, never to be seen again. Only one family went public and sought justice for their son. We never found him or discovered what became of him or his remains. The other aspect of this new business model was that cartels began using illegal aliens smuggled into the United States as part of their logistic workforce. When people are smuggled into the U.S., they must pay a fee to the cartels in order to gain safe passage. In our area, most illegal aliens are smuggled into Houston for transport across the eastern half of the United States. Once in Houston, they are given the final amount that they owe the cartels and their contractors for being here. From there, the illegal aliens end up in various forms of indentured servitude across our nation. However, as part of that obligation of the cartels, these people have to be willing to provide.
And so basically, this what the cartel doing. They've really not given them work. So what they doing is this, but that's smart. So what they doing is if they get you to the United States, right? We talk about the cartels, right? If they get you to the United States, you're gonna have to pay a fee. So your fee is once you get over there, you get whatever you doing, and you could get back over there. You get where I'm coming from? So when you get over there, you're gonna have to pay them people. So now they like, we got a fee coming from you every month. Once you get yourself together because you're going to the United States. You feel me? So that's smart though. You feel me? But they also got the work going too. You feel me? Get over there, find your way, man. Get a green card, marry somebody, do something. Get your ass stuck over there so we could bring that work over there, man. That's how the cartel's going, man. Listen, pay attention to this shit, man. This some real life shit was going on in real life right now, y'all. In New Mexico, this is what's going on right now. Because ICE is over there right now with the troops. Donald Trump just sent 200 more troops over there, bro, for 60 days, man. Pay attention, man. Pay attention what's going on around you, man. Stop strolling all the time, man. Pay attention. Y'all seen the first one that Yo Cuz podcast, man. We lit. I keep telling y'all this shit, man. We can't be stopped, man. Let's go.
Labor and other services to pay off their final debt. We have interviewed many illegal aliens who have been smuggled into Texas during our investigations. What we found is that some will pay off the debt with money over a period of 8 to 13 years. Some will pay off the debt by smuggling other illegal aliens or drugs into the United States.
I just said that.
Some will move illegal aliens and drugs from one area of the interior to another. Others will be placed into forced prostitution or will be called upon to provide material support in the unloading or moving of drugs and in the areas in which they reside. If you think these indentured people can just decide not to cooperate once they are here, that is not the case. The cartels have a vast intelligence network and keep records of the people they smuggle, to include family member information. I've had illegal aliens.
Listen, do y'all hear this shit, bro? The cartels got, listen, bro. So when they get them over here, They got the 8 to 13 years, man, to pay them all. So when you get over here and get a green card, you gotta go back over there, get that work, and get back over there. You feel me? They got information. All the people they got over there, smell how long, they family information, everything. So it's nowhere you can run, bro. We're gonna get you over here, right? But you gotta bring this work with you. Yeah, we gonna pay that money, get you over there, because you know they plugged in, bro. You know they plugged in. We gonna get you over there. Boom, you over there. Bam. Now it's time to work. That's crazy, bro. Man, we lit tonight, man. Thank y'all for tapping in. Let's go.
Involved in criminal activity tell me that they had no choice but to commit criminal acts in order to prevent their family members from being placed into bondage and doing unspeakable acts in their home countries. What this means.
Hold up. So one of the immigrants told them, if we don't do what they say, they're going to kill our family. Damn, that's crazy. Man, pay attention, y'all.
Means is that millions of illegal aliens now residing in the United States are part of the logistical support operations for illicit cartel activities throughout our country. If our goal is to dismantle cartel operations in the United States, we will never be able to do so unless we deny them the logistical capacity to conduct business in a manner that generates an acceptable stream of revenue to be moved from the United States into their home countries. In order to take the initiative in what can only be deemed as asymmetrical warfare against the cartels and their business partners, law enforcement must change their mindset and must change their methodology. We must look at what we have been doing in the past and ask if the billions of dollars we have spent are accomplishing the primary goals of the missions of the programs implemented. In most cases, I will speculate that with an honest assessment, we will find that most of the federal dollars being pumped into law enforcement programs is remaining in urban areas where expense versus return is not in balance. According to ICE.gov, as of November 14th, 2025, there were 1,167 local and state law enforcement agencies in 40 states that had signed memorandums of agreement for at least one of the 287G programs. Only 605 of those agreements are for the participation in the task force model, which is a model that allows local and state law enforcement to conduct field immigration enforcement under the supervision of ICE, with more than 18,000 local law enforcement agencies in the U.S., 605 agencies assisting ICE in the field is insufficient to hinder the profit margin of the cartels. If we are to succeed in this monumental task, this effort of defeating the cartels, we must restructure our law enforcement efforts. We must disregard those who stand in the way of change, ignore the anti-American media outlets working against the interests of Americans, and create a new chain of command and organizational structure that allows for the synergy throughout full spectrum of law enforcement and streamlines the functionality in a manner that demands results and accountability while ensuring funds are being utilized in accordance with their intended purpose. This purpose must be to defund and prosecute organized criminal activity throughout America, which will not happen if we fail to enforce our immigration laws and deport those who have violated our sovereignty and have placed themselves at the disposal of organizations who victimize our citizens. The presence of Mexican cartels in the United States has changed how domestic criminal organizations function. It has created a negative impact that is becoming more pervasive day by day. Street gangs, motorcycle gangs, and other domestic criminal organizations have all been relegated to the status of mere contractors and subcontractors for the cartels. As such, they are beholden to act as they are commanded by their masters. Furthermore, hostile foreign governments and organizations have joined to work alongside cartels in an effort to undermine the safety and security of the United States from within. As a law enforcement professional who has witnessed the evolution of the influence of foreign organized crime in the United States, I fear that if we fail to act swiftly and with purpose, we shall find ourselves on the path that mirrors the never-ending violence and instability found in Mexico. In the words of Peter Wrangel, the general of the White Russian Army in 1919 fighting the Bolsheviks, we must have the courage to see things as they are, to look at the situation squarely in the face and be ready for fresh ordeals.
And listen, I'm going to stay in the United States, man. You feel me? I ain't even pressed to go live in New Mexico, bro. They got too much going on in New Mexico, bro. You see all that shit, bro? That's a lot. That's a lot, bro. They send the immigrants over here, bro, to get their green card. Then they go back and get to work and then come back over here, right? Listen, if they don't complete the mission, they hurt their family. If they don't do the job what they were sent over here for, they hurt their family, bro. That's a lot, bro, to go through, bro. When I mean bless their hearts, man, bless their hearts, man. That's a lot, bro. So you gotta come over here, bro, and hope nothing happened to you. Hope that you don't get locked up. Hope that you don't go, hope you don't get killed or nothing, bro. Like for real. Like anything can happen at any time, man. Y'all can't duck that wreck, man. That's why y'all gotta, man, pray to God, man. It's only one God, man. I'm just saying. It's only one God, man. So listen, man. Call your family over New Mexico, man, and check on them, man, because they lit. They lit over there, Joe. They got their shit organized. But that's crazy how the police know what they doing. New Mexico police got like everything what they doing, bro. And they still can't stop them, bro. They can't stop the cartels at all, bro. That's just how strong they arm is, man. But listen, thank y'all for tapping into that Yo Cuz podcast. I'll be right back with another banger. Pay attention. Gone.